Good morning, students. So as we have done few topics in chapter number 1, that is food, where does it come from? In that we have discussed about what is the concept of food, food variety, ingredients, okay. Then we have discussed about the activity 2. We know that we every day we eat various kind of foods, okay. That foods we are getting from either plant source, from either animal source, that also we have discussed. If you see the activity 2, choose some of the items you listed in table 1.1 and try to find out what ingredients are used. Suppose you have listed out roti and chapati, then what is the ingredient for roti and chapati? If you want to make roti, first you have to take atta, okay. In that either you are add slight salt and water to make chapati. So these are the ingredients: atta, water and little bit salt. If you want to use, you can use, otherwise you can avoid salt. Next, if you want to make dal, then what is required? First of all, you require pulses. Then you have to deep that pulses in the water. You have to wash that thoroughly. So water is required, okay. Then you have to just boil it. Then if you want to make dal, then you have to use salt, oil, ghee, spices, okay, to make dal. So these are the ingredients to make dal. So do we find some ingredients common for different food items? See, salt is very common in all the foods. If you want to make vegetables, okay, if you want to make dal, if you want to make Punjabi, so in that all the spices, that is masala, is compulsory needed. Water is compulsory needed for each and every food items, okay. So food materials and sources, that also we have discussed. So some foods we are getting from the plants, that I have discussed. Some foods we are getting from the animals, that is animal source, which I also discussed in the video, okay. So now see activity 3. The ingredients and their sources, some examples are shown in table 1.3. Fill in the blanks, okay. Sources of food, either you are getting that food from the field, crop production is there. Sources of food, grains, paddy, field, wheat, okay. Then that wheat, paddy and grains are transported from the field to the market. From the market we can easily purchase them, okay. Now in table 1.3 what is written, that also I have discussed in the video, that idli, if you want to make idli, what kind of ingredients you require? Rice, urad dal, salt, water, okay. That we are getting from the which kind of sources? Animal sources or plant sources? That we have to write down. So rice we are getting from the plant, urad dal we are getting from the plant, salt from the earth, and water is a natural resources. Chicken curry, so you want to make chicken curry, you require chicken, spices, oil, ghee, water. Chicken we are getting from the animal, spices from the plant source, oil, ghee, that is plants and animal source, water is a natural resources. Spices means all various kind of masala, that is haldi, garam masala, dhania powder, okay. They are spices. Mirchi, if you want to make spicy, then we can use such kind of masalas in our sabji, so they are known as spices. That also we are getting from the plant. Kheer, if you want to make a kheer, what kind of ingredients you require? Milk, rice, sugar. Milk we are getting from the animal, rice from the plant, sugar from the plants. So this way we can bifurcate the animal source and plant source. So then we have discussed about plants, parts and animals. With the help of diagram I have explained the various parts of the plants, and from the various kind of plants, the various parts we are eating as a food, because we know that plants are making their own food with the help of photosynthesis, and extra food is stored in the various parts of the plants, maybe in the stem, maybe in the leaf, maybe in the terms of fruits, okay, maybe in the root also. So that various parts of the plants we are eating, so that is nothing but the one kind of food materials. So some parts have 2 or more edible parts. Seeds of mustard plants give us oil, and the leaves are used as a vegetable, okay. Some leafy vegetables also we are getting from the plants, that leaves we are using as a food material. Some fruits we are using as a food material, some roots we are using as a food materials, some stems are also we are using as a food materials. Okay, so that also we have discussed. Now see activity 4. From all the food items you have listed in table 1.3, choose those items whose ingredients are obtained from plants. Which part of plant? Okay, identify this and list the food items and plant parts as shown in table 1.4. So that also you can do by yourself. Now because you have learned in the lower standard which part is eatable from which plants. If you consider the carrot, okay, carrot is a which part? It's a root. If you consider turnip, turnip is a which part? It is a root. If you consider cauliflower, it is a flower. If you consider all kind of fruits, whether it's mango, banana, pineapple, apple, they all are fruits. Okay. If you consider the sugar cane, so it is a stem. Okay, sugar cane, we are eating sugar cane. Okay, so it is a stem. So various parts of the plant we are eating. Okay. Now activity 5, take some dry seeds. Now how you can make sprouts? Okay, if you consider some moong seeds or chana seeds, then what you have to do? You have to soak that seeds into water for overnight. Okay, put a small quantity of seeds in a container filled with water and leave this aside for a day, either for a day or overnight. Next day, drain the water completely and leave the seeds in the vessel. Wrap them with a piece of wet cloth and set aside. The following day, after one day, you can observe that there is a change in the seeds. A small white structure may have grown out of the seeds. If so, the seeds have sprouted. If not, wash the seeds in water, drain the water and leave the aside and follow the same process, and next day you can observe that. So after washing these sprouted seeds, you can eat them either raw material, or you can just they can also be boiled, add some spices and get a tasty snack to eat. Now do you know where honey comes from or how it is produced? Have you seen a beehive where so many bees keep buzzing about? Bees collect the nectar of various plants, from various plants. Nectar is what? Sweet juices. Okay, so bees collect nectar, that is sweet juices, from the various parts of the plant, so various flowers of the plants, and convert it into honey and store it in their hive. Flowers and the nectar may be available only for a part of the year. So bees store this nectar for their use all through the year. When we find such a beehive, we collect the food stored by the bees as honey. So honey is an animal source. We are getting honey from the animals because it is made with the help of nectar. Nectar is from flower, but it doesn't mean it is a plant food. From the nectar, from the sweet juice, it converts into honey by these honeybees. So that's why it is a animal food. Then we have discussed, now we come across various kind of animals in our daily life also, and we have seen some animals in the television, and we have heard about some animals. So how will you bifurcate that animals into various categories? So on their, according to their food habit, we can divide them into various categories: herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. This also I have discussed in the video. Okay, so till suppose you consider this table 1.5, buffalo. What is the food habit of buffalo? It eats grass, oil cake, hay and grains. These all are the vegetarian. So buffalo we can consider that herbivores because it is plant eating animals. Okay, in the video I have discussed herbivores. All the plant eating animals are known as herbivores. All the flesh eating animals are known as carnivores. And all the flesh eating and plant eating animals are known as omnivores. So herbivores is nothing but a vegetarian, carnivores non-vegetarian, omnivores both vegetarian and non-vegetarian. You remember like this. Cat eat dal roti also, milk also, small animals also, insect also, birds also. So it is in the both way, flesh eating, plant eating animals and insects eating animals, means flesh of other animals. So cat is in both categories, so it is in, we can consider as omnivores. Rat is a herbivores. lion, tiger and spider, they all are carnivores because they hunt the other people. Lion and tiger hunt the other animals and get their flesh. Spider is also hunt a small insect and then get their food. So these three, tiger, lion and spider, they are omnivores. House lizards. You have seen the house lizard in your homes. It always eat the small insects, whether it's mosquito, whether it is mankoda, whether it is small butterfly. So it is also a carnivores. It will not eat dal bhat. Then cow, flesh eating animals or plant eating animals. We know that cow is a plant eating animal, so it is a herbivores. Human beings, some human beings are vegetarian, some are non-vegetarian, so we can consider human beings in the category of omnivores. Butterfly, it always take the juice of the other flowers. It will not eat any kind of insects. So it is a plant eating, so herbivores. Crow, omnivores, and the others we can categorize according to their food habits. So on the basis of their food habits, we divide in the three categories: herbivore, carnivores and omnivores. Right now you are learning your like this only three categories. In higher class you have two more categories that also I have discussed in the video. So here your chapter is over. If you have any question and query regarding this, you can ask me through WhatsApp message. Thank you.